Tell me that you love me, even if it's fake, cause I don't fucking care.
Yo, what is going on, guys? It's Revibe here, and I'm bringing you guys a whole new series today. Today would be the first episode of that little series that I want to start. And when I say little, I don't really mean little. I'm talking about this is going to be a series that pretty much goes on until the end of Call of Duty WW2. And it was an idea that I had, and I kind of want to, I want to put it into use for you guys. So here is the pretty much main idea of this whole series. It's called Which One is the Best? It's pretty simple, And today is episode 1. We'll be talking about the grease gun. I know this is the PPSH on there. I'll switch over to the grease gun in a little bit. I just want to talk to you quickly about what this series will be about. Pretty much self-explanatory. We're going to be talking about each category of the weapons in Call of Duty WW2. From, the rifles all the way to the melee weapons, everything. We're going to be talking about them and seeing which one is the best at the end of Call of Duty WW2 cycle. We're going to have a little chart. We're going to place them all from the best to the worst in each category. So that's pretty much the whole thing. And yes, I will be keeping you guys up to date with the new weapons that are released as well. And any updates to those weapons, whether they're buffs or nerfs. And then that will kind of depend which one is the best at the end of the cycle. So I think it'll be a pretty cool, little series. And if you guys like this, we'll carry it on to the next Call of Duty game. And yeah, I'll be doing these every single Friday. Despite my schedule of uploading every other day, there will be one every single Friday for you guys. So, yeah, let's get right into it. We're going to be talking about the grease gun today for the first episode. All right, so let's get started with the grease gun. Quickly, I'm going to try to not be too biased on weapons because I personally hate the grease gun, guys. I don't like it. For me, it would be at the bottom of the list, but we're going to go off of stats on technically which one is the best, all right? So let's go ahead and get started with the grease gun today. And all these actual stats I'm getting aren't just from the actual Call of Duty game. There's a wiki that kind of goes a little bit more into depth and stuff like that, which I will link down in the description below for you guys on the grease gun, so you guys can also check it out as I'm talking about it. And maybe you guys can see something I didn't see, put it in the comments, and then tell me about that, and we can discuss that too. So let's start off with the stats that is inside of the game. It's a grease gun, right? It's one of the first guns you get when you choose the Airborne Division. You really don't have to unlock it. It's already unlocked, and the description in the game says an automatic SMG with low recoil and steady fire rate. The damage is 6, range is 6, accuracy is 8, fire rate is 5. It has a capacity of 30 rounds without extended mag and 45 with extended mag. So it's a decent SMG right here on the end game in Call of Duty WW2's created class. But once we start reading a little bit more, the damage per bullet is 35 to 23 depending on the range. So I'm guessing 23 is longer range and 35 is when you're up close. So not too shabby. It's a pretty good little damage per bullet. So it's pretty much a 3-shot kill, maybe 2.5 if you want to be specific up close. So it's not a bad damage up close. It is a submachine gun. We already talked about the rounds, which is 30 rounds without extended mag and 45 with extended mag. The rate of fire is 545 RPMs. Now sounds fast. That sounds fast, guys. 545 rounds per minute sounds like holy crap. And though that is technically fast, for Call of Duty, that's pretty slow. And you're going to see once we start comparing this to the PPSH to the Type 100, you're going to start seeing a difference in that rate of fire. And we'll talk about a little bit about why rate of fire is pretty important. And yeah, it is a automatic weapon. So let's talk about why rate of fire is important. And then we're going to talk about what kind of playstyle the grease gun suits best. Rate of fire, yeah, how fast the gun shoots. Now, it's important because though this gun does pretty good damage, it's pretty much a 3-shot kill up close, maybe 4 long range, right? The rate of fire is important because that's how many bullets you're going to put into your enemy. So that's the problem with the grease gun for me, at least. Now, I know I said I wasn't going to try to get too personal with it, but here's why I don't like the grease gun. It's a great gun. It shoots pretty good. It looks good and it does damage, but it doesn't compete with the PPSH. And we're going to talk about that in the next episode, right? So yeah, guys, rate of fire is pretty important because if you can't get your bullets in quick, then the damage can really just not mean much. But that's my opinion. That's what I kind of think. You guys may have a different opinion. Let me know what you guys think. But for now, the grease gun is not that bad of a weapon, for it being the one that you pretty much get at first. So for all the starters, for all the noobs that come in level 1, created class, you know, like they don't have nothing in the created class, right? Level 1 just got the game. This gun is not bad, all right? Rate of fire isn't too shabby, 545. It holds a decent clip size. It has a pretty good range of 6. Now, I don't know, they don't really specify the range in the wiki, so that's why I'm just saying 6. I don't know if these are off percentage. I've never really understood the whole, you know, gun rating on you know, in the whole created class system, but the range isn't bad. There's some SMGs with a range of 8 and up to 10. So it's okay. It's a mediocre range. In all, the grease gun is a pretty mediocre gun, but since it is the first one, it'll go on top for today's episode. So it's going to be number 1 for now. So for this week, the grease gun is number 1. That's just because we haven't really talked about the other guns, but next Friday, we'll talk about the PPSH 41 to be specific. And we'll start to see the comparison in those and how big of a difference both guns are from each other. But that's pretty much it for today's first episode of the series, Which One is Best? Let me know if you guys like this, but I'll be uploading these every single Friday for you guys. So yeah. So if you're new to the channel, guys, subscribe so you can keep up to date with the series. And also I post every other day as well. Like this video, guys. And yeah, I will see you guys on the next video and on the next episode of this series. Take care, guys.